Digtoise OP after the recent Palworld update. You get the headband, you send it out, and it one-shots the ore that's in your base. That mining speed is insane and lives up to the expectation of Digtoise, and also worker Digtoise have been buffed as well, so we can check that out. Developer put an end to the debate over the best mining pal. Digtoise damages went from 8 per tick to 35. So yeah, it's actually viable now to catch a Digtoise and just put it out as a worker and then passively mine like that. But also if you have the headband, then you can have the active Digtoise just mowing down everything instantly. So it opens up a lot of different ways you can set up and build a base, but they did nerf the nail cell prices. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. However, you just need tons of ore to level up your stuff throughout the game. And other buff. Looks like mining pals now prioritize minerals in the base instead of the stone pit. Finally, after over a month, one of the biggest complaints was like, please stop working at the stone pit. There's things to mine around here, has been fixed. And that's just kind of apart from the patch notes that it wasn't just Anubis that got an adjustment. It's an adjustment for default work priority of base pals. So it's not just Anubis prioritizing manual labor. Also, we just got the patch notes for the next update that fixes issues and weirdness that ended up happening. Fixed a bug where breeding pals always had fixed passives. So that was something I was going to talk about. That's been fixed. And then fixed an issue where the increase in condensation progress was incorrect when using a pal of rank 2 or higher as condensation material. So let's go and check that out because there were like PSAs and updates. Condensing 2-star pals or higher has diminishing returns. And I thought that was intended because it doesn't really seem that bad on diminishing returns. Like if your box is filled and then you condense a couple pals, it seems like a way of storing pal essence, and it seems like it would make sense that it has some kind of diminishing returns, but no, it seems like they fixed that. So this was how it was before the update. Same thing with this issue. Hatched pals like Anubis are now forced to have their elemental passive. Update 1. Looks like this is for all pals with a signature wild caught passive, so that includes Relaxaurus always having Glutton. And then from the official Discord, it appears fixed passives was originally intended, but they're now considering rolling back a bug fix. Following a screenshot of admin comment indicates that they're admitting to reverting the change within the next day or two, so all of that stuff is getting fixed. I actually think this is fair, and it kind of makes the game more balanced. That instead of a bred legendary pal always being Bis, that you kind of have 3 out of 4 passive skills also makes it slightly easier to breed for to get a maxed out one, which could have its own like balance and quality of life, but it does remove the customization or the overall like min-max of that pal. So it seems like that being intended, I have no problems with, but it seems like the devs are like, okay, you know what? Too many people are upset about this. Let's just roll back the bug fix because this was supposed to like always be permanent to the pals. Breeding bypassed that, but now it's a feature, not a bug. And that was also another update we saw according to the Pocket Pair community manager. We'll roll this back, but it'll take a day or two to deploy. So it seemed like an intentional thing, and then all the community manager and the devs were like, yep, all right, we're just going to roll that back, and now everything is good. But we have to give major props to the devs. They didn't just drop 1.5.0 and say, all right, see you guys in 2 weeks with 1.6, and then maybe we'll address some of those issues. They went, no, this is a problem. We hear what you guys are saying about it. We're going to fix it in days. And that includes the condensation bug and then the fixed passives issue. As for some other PSAs, tips and tricks, and notes about the recent patch that has had a lot of really good changes, your own Fire Pal can kill you if you don't have enough heat resistance now, because heat sources now stack. I think that's fair, because it's an insane quality of life to where it's like, oh, I can just hatch a huge dragon egg by putting down a couple more fireplaces. Having easier localized temperature does come at a cost, so be careful when you're doing that. Also, this is a future note for updates because we have the Steam update and then the Xbox update goes live shortly after, so you can actually use the Steam patch notes to kind of react to the changes on Xbox before the Xbox update comes out. Now, Xbox has been updated to 1.5, but went all in on nails before the update hit Xbox. So they heard the nails were getting nerfed. Yo, That's when you sell your nails, you get your production done, and you try to make out like a bandit before the fix comes through. So again, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with like all the market and the balance and all these other things, and then future bug fixes as the game gets close. Well, it's not even like as the game gets closer to being a full release, but early access getting more and more polished, and people, you know, finding the ways of getting the most out of it. Another funny thing that happened, no more capturing tower bosses. As a result of various bugs that we fixed in the most recent patch, a bug that allowed players to capture the tower boss was unintentionally fixed. And I love these Japanese developers, man. We apologize for inadvertently fixing a bug. That has like the same energy of the train that left early and then it needed like a major official statement and apology and correction for that event happening. So yeah, catching tower bosses was of course a glitch, and exploiting that is cheating. And the devs, it seems like they inadvertently fixed it, but it was acknowledged as a bug and planned to be fixed. So a lot of the glitch abuse cheating is being taken very seriously by the devs, and that is also getting fixed, making a more stable game. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens when like all of these cheating bugs and exploits are taken care of as we get more and more to a polished version or like the full release of the game, and then players are going to have to play fully legitimate with like more content and stuff. It's going to be cool to see how this game develops and like how you actually have to earn beating the game. Also, something else happened. Durability on legendary gear has been doubled. Gear crafted prior to the update has not had its durability adjusted, resulting in gear having to be repaired to reach the full durability even if it was never used. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's standard for like durability adjustments of any game, where they go, hey, we're adjusting the cap, but because of like bugs and problems that could happen from just flat doubling all the existing durability, we're just going to kind of leave the current durability where it is, and you can repair it to get it to the new number, so you don't even have to recraft the entire legendary gear. So that's actually another really nice quality of life. So legendary gear farming has even more of a benefit. Now you're not going to have to worry about repairing and then the durability breaking as much. The game is coming together so well. And I don't know where this came from, but there's just a lot of discussions going on now. Why Ragnarok is the most useful pal in the entire game. Pretty sure Digtoise takes it. One of the better pals, not getting stuck in base and actually doing it what you want it to do. So that seems to be a big point, but now they fixed the pals getting stuck issue, and they're also making like base navigation and prioritization of tasks a lot better. So we're going to see how that goes. I bred up Worker Ragnaroks because kindling, transporting with no pathing issues is about the best combo I could find. That seems to be a big thing about Ragnarok. Like, yo, less pathing problems and then great transporting. So it's definitely worth investing into, especially now with like Digtoise's insane mining speed. My mining base is spacious because I built it for Astagon's dummy thick kaiju cheeks. Oh, that's why they want to do it. An alpha is so dummy thick it can hit multiple nodes at once. So now there's legitimate consideration if you should use normal Digtoise or farm dungeons for alphas, because an alpha Digtoise is going to mine better because it's so large, it's just hitting more nodes. That's actually a huge tip. And now again, as we like think about the future of this game and future playthroughs on more polished versions, if you want to get that ore base going, you farm the dungeons until you get the alpha Digtoise, and then that just like could be all you need for a mining base. That's kind of nuts. Huge tip. This person's also saying, oh, you also bred Ragnarok for transporting? I don't feel so insane now. Better than base Jormuntide and has base transporting. Well worth the effort. Oh, I guess if you do all the worker stuff, yeah, the Kindling 3 kind of catches up to the Kindling 4 and has the transporting. And then despite being the OP making a comment as to why, got buried under some other discussion. So available as a mount at 37 before Phalaris, not quite as fast, much better defense stat. So you have the 7th highest defense in the game, boost your damage when ridden, turns your damage into fire. This person is making the big Ragnarok case. Very small hitbox, zoom through all dungeon rooms without having to dismount. That's actually huge, and I would never have guessed or thought that, so that's huge. Very small hitbox, easier to dodge projectiles. Compared to flying combat mounts. Mid-game Ragnarok at 44 melted Frostallion because it never got hit. Anubis plus Hellzephyr is free. Level 50, still useful even after you have Jet Dragon because it turns your damage into fire. Level 3 Kindling, level 3 Transport. while not the best, it's good enough in most cases. Can be bred as a mount or combat pal and has strong AoE CC. So people kind of like realizing, yo, there's a lot of tech, there's a lot of hidden gems out there, and a lot of pals worth investing into to kind of build up your base and all this other stuff. And now it gets even more complex as we're seeing more and more changes, adding usefulness to pals globally, or just buffing Digtoise and making it insane. So if you guys enjoyed the video, I hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.